Good morning, good to have your company. Thank you for choosing the National Broadcaster. Yet a great episode that we have in store for you as we inspire you. That is what we do as a National Broadcaster. We are here to celebrate. It's very important, beautiful thing to do once in a while, to appreciate those around you. That is what we tend to do every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from there of 10 a.m. up until 11. To appreciate these wonderful women who have put up great and wonderful things that you can really look at, testimonies, amazing world that are creating in all the various sectors that they do operate in each and every single day. My name is Sandra Kahunde, welcoming you on board. Today we're here to celebrate Aisha Nabwanika, the CEO and founder of Ewafe Cultural Home. We're here to get to know how tourism is fared for her and how come she's well placed right there. What is something else that she could have thought of doing away from tourism, away from Ewafe? What is the inspiration behind there? I know most times you tend to sit down and try to ponder and figure it out. Where can you place your best foot forward? What is that inner voice telling you? What do you need to do to inspire those around you and to be celebrated as a person? Well, we're here to find out more from Aisha as we also try to figure it out for ourselves. As you enjoy this episode, not forgotten, it's good to appreciate people. And you never know, you could be a great inspiration without you knowing. My name is Sandra once again, coming to you live from Broadcast House, Nile Avenue. Aisha is here with us this morning. Aisha, you're most welcome.
Thank you, Sandra. Good morning.
Morning to you. How have you been?
I'm okay.
How is Uganda for you?
Uganda is beautiful. I've never seen any beautiful country like Uganda. Yeah.
I know when it comes to the food, the sights, the scenic venues that we have, you appreciate it all. You're very passionate when it comes to Uganda, the Pearl of Africa.
Definitely. Uganda is blessed in its, I could say, eternity. Call it the food, be it the people. We have the most hospitable people all around the world. We have the mountain gorillas, that only found in 3 countries. That's Uganda, Rwanda, and we actually have the biggest share of them. You know, so there's a lot Uganda has to offer to the world out there.
You know, most times we sit down and we're like, what do I need to do as a person to inspire those around me? What is my passion like? Which kind of course should I enroll in? We have so many questions going through. What helped shape you and help you figure out where you can place your best foot forward?
Yeah, there's a lot of things someone can do in life, but to achieve or to succeed in one of those things is your passion. Once someone identifies their passion, is able to undertake it, you know, to take it over, and then realize and do business and serve the community. So to me, passion exceeds everything. Exceeds everything. Yeah.
Away from, okay, one would say, I am passionate about something, but I need to take it to a professional level. Did you do a course that that rhymes with your passion at this particular time in life?
Actually, no. I am a graduate of commerce. I did a Bachelor of Commerce in Moods. You can imagine. So, but when I completed, my first opportunity was being a project officer at Uganda Tourism Association. So starting my career in the tourism industry, it gave me an opportunity to appreciate the sector, to appreciate the entire value chain. From the tourists, by the time he thinks about coming to Uganda, who are the different people I need to contact and go through to reach to Uganda. That's the airline, you know, the tour operators there, the guides, the hotels. So I appreciated tourism, Sandra, in a way that I said, this is the sector which has to take Uganda from, you know, to middle income status. So I thought young entrepreneurs can take, even myself, can take advantage of the good things on this value chain of tourism. So going back to what you asked me, yes, I didn't do tourism as a course, but along the way, I noticed I have a dream here. Yep.
Well, through the journey, how has it been like for you? Have you been supported? Have you been appreciated along the way? Because even way back home, they'll be like, Anna, you're jet to fade. Will you really manage? You get such voices that come through to put us away. Even your fellow colleagues or maybe your OBs or OGs will not believe in you. And the sector itself that you're tapping into, there's being like, I'm a woman and we need more support when it comes to this for us to shine. Have you gotten the support that you deserve right from home?
Right from home. maybe going back, I am the founder and the CEO of the Wafe Culture Village, so which is an ecotourism culture center located in Mukono, Nagalama, offering a traditional feel of Uganda. We do quite a number of culture activities. Like I said, Uganda is rich with over 56 different cultures, unique in their own. But Buganda as a region is richer. Anyway, when I came up with the Wafe, I thought I could use our rich traditions, our rich norms, to showcase them to Ugandans and then people outside, you know. So whether my people back home appreciated me or not, what I am doing or what I was intending to do back then, it is something that is real. Our traditions, how we greet, how we prepare the food, how we go to the gardens, our medicinal, plants. These are actual, and people are looking out for these things day in, day out. But back again, you asked me whether my family supported. Yes, this village is found in my hometown, which is Nagalama Mukono. So I'm actually doing it more with family. My dad, our neighbors.
Mama, so I'm loving yourself. A Wafe, and then it's back home in my home village.
Yeah, you know what? It's good to start from where you come from, because that's where you know better. Those are people you know much better, you know. And that's where you also get sometimes fast resources. You're not going to go and start up a business in a foreign country or foreign area. It becomes a bit so hard. But once you have an opportunity to start it from where you come from,
it's easier for you to even get the raw materials and the requirements that you might need to stand out.
So Sandra, this kind of activity or this cultural immersion, I love calling it a cultural immersion. I don't do it as myself. It's actually the community. I have over 25 community guides, people who do the singers, the kojas, people who teach people how to do the food preparation, who teach people about the food trail. So these are people within my community. So as the culture village is not only benefiting me, Aisha, as the person who thought about it, but all these people, they are working there.
You're having the support from the community itself and the family at large.
Yes.
And then these other, the ones, the chain, as you mentioned earlier on, the tour guides, the tour operators. Are you getting support from them as a woman?
The chain, you actually need them, and they actually have to come through, because look at the tour operators. They're the people who book trips for let me say, tourists. They will definitely reach out to Aisha at a Wafe to book a cultural experience for their clients. Then the guide will definitely drive those clients to your village. So in one way or the other, you're working with the entire actors on the value chain.
Okay, so there is support.
Yeah, there is
as
support.
A woman.
Yes,
coming through. Amazing. Want the women to stand out and shine and be supported in our nation, Uganda. Don't your friends or maybe those around you, some of them, okay, you love portraying it and bring it out as culture. You have that passion that comes through. Don't people look at you, maybe those around you, maybe those have gotten to know you, and they're like, maybe you're old-fashioned, because there's a way we adopt different cultures and we get to other things when we grow up.
Definitely true, because sometimes
they'll
be like,
dress
now
up
you
like
are young girl, what are you really telling us?
Which experience do you have?
True, and with modernity, those things of, previous we used to sit around and we eat our food, teri kusimba lukono, if you are preparing luombo, you have to hide it and kokonkulu, it is for mwami. So that dynamic. Sometimes you really find people be like, most especially those who are not Baganda, they be like, this is a whole lot of,
information.
Yes, preparing the girl child. We have an exciting singer and koja sessions at the Wafe. So sometimes people come up with those kind of, thoughts. But, this is culture. This is, however much we go, we grow, and, you adopt our Western culture, but this is where we come from.
They would be like, what a man can do, a woman can do. What are you telling us? We're supposed to sit on the same dining table and have the same pieces.
Yes,
equal.
True, but our cultures are rich, and everything was done because of a given significance. Yeah, that's why maybe today we have challenges of family brokerages. You know, our parents back then, they used to last in their marriages, but today things are not really the way they used to be. And then also diseases. You know, the cancers of today, they've just come, not so far, about 3 decades back. They weren't there. But maybe it's because of the changes. But sometimes if we keep back and maybe rely so much on what we used to do then, maybe they would not have them right
Getting
now.
back to the basics.
Yes.
Like how
using
it used
our
to be like.
medicinal plants. Not every day running to a pharmacy. These days C-sections are like C-sections. These days, would you hear of a C-section somewhere? No. You'd go somewhere in Achitoke and you deliver your twins or even triplets. So sometimes some of these different norms and the traditions, they were for certain reasons. Yeah. For example, let me give another example. Is for the DNA. As the wafe we showcase, you know, we are like a living museum. The DNA people go to the hospitals to check the DNA of their children. Back then they used to in Buganda we call it okwalula balongo, okwalula mwana. You know, they use normal chibo, muzigo, and of course the umbilical cord, and they used to know with that simple science.
I know you're going to take us slow. You're going to take us slow.
You know,
the chibo and the what?
you need to visit a wafe sunrise now.
So I put the chibo. And
they put water.
They put water in the chibo.
Water, yes. So now you get all these umbilical cords for your children, or 3 or 4.
What if the umbilical cords are not there?
They used to keep them.
They used to keep them,
yes.
okay, way back, eh?
Yes.
Okay, so you bring all of them?
You bring all of them and put them in, you first put some ghee, natural ghee, and then put them. If the umbilical cord, if any of them anyway, if it sinks down, meaning that one, you the mother, you have to look for where to take that child. Meaning this kid is not playing, he's not happy in the family, in the chika.
There is no happiness.
You know, but if these ones keep playing, that was the, you know,
a sign.
That all these children, they are part of the what? And that thing used to work. And another thing was, it was used as a family planning method. Did you know?
You jazz me.
So some of these traditions, they actually very good, you know, they impact
So family
a lot.
planning, how I'm trying
to relate how it even works. That one, let me not explain here.
They should come and visit Aisha, eh?
Yes, you should come.
Okay, away from, we shall do it behind the cameras. Behind the cameras. Okay, tell us more. You have an interesting place, very big enough, the medicinal plants that you talked about. Yeah. And the way one is welcomed and they're given a moanyi. Yes. We sit down and, you know, you feel that I'm away from home, but I am
home
still
home. From, yes.
Yes. So, tell us more of those other services as soon as I get
to Ewafe.
Yes.
Ewafe is just located 1 hour drive from Kampala to Mukono. You can pass Gayaza Road and you're in Nagalama. So as a way of a tradition, we actually relate back to a Muganda home or a Ugandan typical traditional home. When someone visits your home, Sandra, you welcome them. You know, we give them omubisi in our calabash. Very called good mubisi. And then we also give them a mwani, what we call in Tabaluganda, to show that you're welcome to our place. We are friends now. You know that mwani, though we don't do it the other local way, how it used to be done, but we just serve it as to show that you're actually welcome. We have a very nice, vibrant Chiganda dance, where we welcome our visitors. They feel at home. Everyone who has visited the Wafe, there is that feel you get when you've just arrived, you know, by the hospitality of the people. And then now we do the medicinal trail. The medicinal trail is a big one where we have variety. You know, we are blessed. There are quite a number of indigenous plants here. And actually some of them are phasing away because, you know, people are cutting down trees and all that. But we preserved that and we take our clients through that trail where we explain to them what this particular herb heals, how do you use it, when do you use it, so those nitty-gritties. Then we also do a little bit of a community walk where we take them to the well. a local well, Oluzi.
I hope it's not this modified one of like...
Not modified one, it's the other one which has in coma. You have to kneel and we actually take even our pots. We don't take now these plastic jerrycans. So we take them to our well. They draw some water. There are a lot of stories around the well. The well should have a stream. The well has an outlet. It has engage on it to keep it safe and all that. So we give them a little bit history about the well. Then we do a robust fruit feasting. It's not just the normal fruits you can get in Nakasero. It's a diversity of local. Thank you. The jambula, those indigenous one. So the fenez, the biona miembe, really those.
The kagogwa.
Thank you.
Not this posh miembe.
Yes, so they really feast on this these fruits as we serve them. Some kapot water. Have that kapot water somewhere.
Very cool.
Very cool. And then now they go into the gender-based role plays. What were the roles of a woman back then? And then it also applies to the men. What were their roles? So now here, this is where now we do the food preparation, preparing an incredible wombo. You know, hiding the nkokonkulu, the what, those nitty-gritties, you know. And then we also have mubisi. You know, mubisi is celebrated here in the central because it is one of the things people used to do in their leisure, mainly men. That's what mubisi go. So that's also an experience we show. Then we also do, of course, handcraft making, which includes a chibo, no mukeeka. Yeah, people also engage in that. Then we do the backcloth. So we do an entire backcloth from how it comes from the motuba tree to when it becomes the actual, you know, backcloth. Yes. That
someone can put on.
Yes. So there are quite some. There are always exciting activities for mainly our new clan, our new, I could say, international visitors, because it's totally new, new to them.
So you have to take them through all those activities.
Yes, they engage, they ask questions, they participate, you know. So then we serve them Luombo lunch, where we sit in our house, in a round. Of course, there are those, the do's and the don'ts first, and then they eat their massive Luombo with a traditional food. So
you still maintain the nkokokulu, you don't give it to the female who is around?
Yes, because it is supposed to be for Nanyinimu. But there are stories. Yeah, so then we do some fishing, sport fishing, because we have some ponds around, but we relate it back to the lake fishing back then, because people back then used to do fishing as one of the economic activities. Yeah, then after that we do now the Senga and Koja with different topics depending. Yeah.
I'll not ask if you're searching about what, Kubanga. And I am sure you have great ideas that you still want to implement.
Definitely.
And I wish to see in that very place.
Definitely.
I know. It's still a journey. Taking you back to the stream, the Chitengeja, what else does it do? I didn't know it's supposed to even be near the well.
It filters the water.
It filters the water?
Yes. Back then people used not to, that water from the well was the same water which was drunk, but like used for home activities, even drinking. Yeah, it's very safe. You didn't really have to add anything like today how you add ABCD, you know? Yeah.
And it naturally stays there.
Yeah. It actually
because in so many places
it's
been like eliminated, like you see the cutting of trees and all that, getting things for medicine, but they never replace, they never grow others back again.
Yeah.
What are some of those other medicines that you have around?
The medicinal plants.
Yes.
Oh, we have quite a number of them. A number of them.
Okay, one would really understand the mululuza.
The mululuza, the bombos, the kayayanas, the ngaboya kabakas, of course, we've added also some of the recent ones, like the rosemary, stevia, the one for diabetes, nkomamawanga. You know, even some fruit trees, they are definitely medicinal plants. So nkomamawanga, chitaferi, for which really fights at some cancer cells. I mentioned the okra. We have hibiscus. We have quite a number of them.
You grow them in that very place?
Yes, we have our gardens very well demarcated for, to enable the tour.
Okay, so if someone wants to just buy maybe the fruit and plant them at their own places, are you able to?
Yes, yes, yes. Actually, as one of the things we do is we have a Nyawafe market where when we get some of these visitors, sometimes they buy something back home. Like, for example, the ladies who teach the basketry and the mats, they bring those mats for sale at the Wafe market. Then that the medicine in also, we also package it and have it, you know, sold at the end of the trip. So even those seedlings, actually our botany as a Wafe, that is her work, her daily work, is to do, I'm forgetting the name, but that is what she does, you know, remaking those other seedlings in a huge scale. Yeah. So yeah, we can.
So there's always variety.
Yes.
Okay. Do you look at just away from accommodating the tourists and maybe the domestic tourism itself, for people like us who are from different regions and want to really get to understand the rich culture that Buganda has? Are you looking at training schools and different institutions, or maybe tourist operators, to get to understand those things, to be able to sell our region to the tourists? What more do you do away from just receiving the tourists?
Okay, maybe just, there's something you mentioned about schools. Our biggest target market as a Wafe are schools. Because these children here are the people who really even need to know these cultural values, because they grew up in a Kampala modern home setting and they literally don't know, you know, some of these things. So I wanted to highlight that it's one of our market, our target market we are looking at, school tours. So we actually call them school culture tours. Yes. Then this is a first of its kind, a Wafe. There are a few places around town here you go to take a customer to have a culture feel. Some people take clients to Ndere, but Ndere is more of the music across. We have Bulange and Darubiri, but their kind of offering is more with the leadership, and the Kavaka, you know, that's leadership part of the Buganda region. But now this common man was lacking. Where do we get to know the day-to-day, this commoner, how do we get to know how he used to live? So that's why I created the Wafe. But when I was starting this show, I talked about Uganda having over 56 different cultures. Sandra, you're from the West, I'm very certain. Where do you take a client to know probably the Western kind of, you know, shabu making here, there, you know, some of those different things. When you go to the East, if someone wants to watch that Mbalu ceremony and all that, there is richness in those different regions. When you go to the North, you know, go to, you know, even if there is a lot, I could say, which needs to be developed and package them as products. So as a Wafe, yes, right now we may be focusing on Buganda, but our dream is big, to look at also partnering with public government and have our bigger culture center which hosts all, more or less all of them, you know, a museum of sort, and you have, you know, but more practical, more engaging, more, you know, where someone can really immerse in making dakalo, in, you know, eating something, you know, so those robust cultural immersion. Because, I mean, we need to protect what we have, you know, we need to protect what we have. When you move out of Uganda here, most of the countries, what they sell, their architectural buildings, their way of life. Eat Italy. I had someone selling Eat Italy. How do Italians eat? And it's a robust business across the globe. Eat Italy, the pizza. That's an experience. But now us, with our very nice dances. When you go to Busoga, just there, across the Nile, they have a very good dance, which is different from the Chiganda one. So those are new products, which I think the country hasn't really also picked interest in developing. You know, so to me, I would think as government is really looking out for priorities to put funding to develop tourism, and in particular culture tourism, should be one of the things to consider and to look out for. Yeah.
Okay. You know, when Aisha starts talking about culture, tourism, you just have to let her speak. Good to know we're having your company and you're watching the national broadcaster. We are to celebrate women. That is what we tend to do as a national broadcaster. And happy to be here to celebrate Aisha Nabwanika, the CEO and founder of Ewafe Culture Home. Just getting to know, she earlier on mentioned, away from schools and the tourists, they have the Senga services and the Koja. So if someone is preparing for marriage, example,
yes.
how long do I need to stay at your place to grasp all those things? Because, you know, I want to make it good, I want to make it work. And is it affordable?
Well, maybe let me put a disclaimer. It's not really a guarantee that you have to like take this particular time, a full month, you know. It's both way. You can do it as a couple, because as we are training the girl child, we also need to also tackle the boy child, because so much of the focus has been on the girl. You have to do this, you have to prepare this, yet the other on the counterpart is not. It's not really well prepared. So as a Ewafe, yes, we do pre-wedding, pre-marriage kind of sessions with our singers, our really qualified singers, who share these kind of lessons here and there. And yeah, they've really worked out for some people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just maybe for a few tips for someone who is watching the show, especially the young women out there and the young girls who are following. Mothers could be watching and they would wish to share such information with their children, maybe when they get back home. Some of the few things that we can live with or memorize just on our fingertips that would help someone to stand out and maybe be a better spouse or maybe a partner that you instill in them.
That's a hard one. But one, I would definitely encourage people to visit Ewafe, because I could say every scenario, every person is different. People are different. So that's why it is case by case, you know, for our singers. I'm here representing our singers. So, but of course, some few things is giving peace to each other, cleanliness matters a lot. You know, playing your role as a wife, also a husband is very key, you know, in our traditions. Then also, your home it could be like a sacred garden, not speaking everything you see to your relatives, to, you know, your friends, in a bid to like seeking maybe consolation or advice. You're again making it worse. So those are some of the few pillars or some of the lessons we dive into in broad, you know, for our people heading there to that section.
Okay, I understand that would be for both.
Yes, yes, definitely.
For both partners are getting into this. You talked about the boy child, because I understand way back consideration or much effort will be put onto the girl child. What really should the boys pick on? That you really put across with all the challenges that have come through. I wouldn't really say the divorce that we earlier on shared, that it's too much in nowadays. I wouldn't really say, or maybe blame a female, blame the male for it. When it comes to the boy child, what are some of those other mistakes or challenges that you've noticed that you would want them to put right?
You know, currently, or recent times, the boy child has not really valued the role of a koja. You know, it could be your relative koja, or it may not be, you know, but can serve this purpose. To also help you in some of these nitty-gritties. Male, I could say the male child also needs this particular, you know, kind of counseling, because as we are preparing the girl, also the boy has to be, you know, taken through. You know, say that too much. But when you do only the female, trust me, you will prepare your girl there and comes and meets this boy who is totally off, who doesn't know how to look for nkokulu and those things. So you find that they are going to probably have mismatches and issues. So I would advise people to visit their kojas. You know, if you can't